All right, round 3.
Yeah,
The first two, those things were tough, man.
it was tough. I think these are potentially going to be tougher.
This could be even worse. So today we are recording a fight between Disney Sidekicks.
Yep.
This is going to be tough. So we're looking at the bracket. We went to bracketfights.com, found another spreadsheet that was already done and ready. I thought it was just going to be the heroes, like, your typicals, your Hey-Heys and whoever. Pumbaa, Timon, that kind of stuff. But it looks like they included the villains in here too. So we're going to have a whole bloodbath, I think, in a second on this one. So
I'm going to like it.
You think so?
I think this will be a good
I think
one.
we won't agree as much on this one. I think this one's going to be hard for it. If you haven't already watched, we did Best Disney Villain. That's up on the channel currently. And then next week, I think you all should be able to see Best Disney Song. And that one,
I don't know how we got to where we got.
I don't know. But that one hurt my feelings. So that'll be up next week. So I hope y'all get be able to check that one out. So it's actually probably, by the time you'll see this video, that video should already be up. So yeah, that one hurt my feelings. So this one's gonna hurt too. So we now have everything going. So we're gonna start with Best Disney Sidekicks. Round 1 is Dante from Coco, and round 2 is Ray from Princess and the Frog. This is hard to. I mean, to me, it's not hard who pick, in my opinion. It's hard because I'm defining what a sidekick is.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like they both kind of do like kind of the same thing in their perspective movies, kind of leading the main character to where they like the path they need to go on.
Okay,
because Dante's kind of just like the sidekick for in Coco, kind of guiding him through the dead in a sense, and he ends up being his
Alebrije.
Yeah, so like that's a pretty good sidekick right there.
Yeah, but he was barely in the movie. You said for both of these, honestly. And everyone loves Ray.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in the villain conversation. I mean, what made Facilier go as far as he did, I think, is that he killed Ray.
Squashed him.
So I have my opinion on one. And I love Coco and I love Princess and the Frog. I actually think, I don't know which one I liked more. I think I liked, as a movie, I probably like Coco a little bit more.
I like Coco more than Princess and the Frog, but I think Ray's probably the better sidekick.
I agree. I would say Ray is the better sidekick of this one. Dante didn't actually.
I mean, he just barked.
Yeah, he really didn't do much, and even as when you find out he's his Alebrije, he hasn't since that point hasn't done anything. He's just present to know that he has a spiritual guide that's been on the.
But you can kind of see it like throughout the movie a little bit. Like you can kind of see like. Once you watch the movie, you kind of see whenever you watch it again that he's good.
Around Momo. Yeah. He's kind of a guy. But I think it's Ray in my opinion.
I would agree.
Okay. And this is the time for y'all. Comment. Let us know what you think, if we got something wrong or right. This one is not hard of what the right answer is, but it's hard to kind of deal with, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So this round is Baymax versus Lewis from Princess and the Frog. Obviously, Baymax is from Big Hero 6.
Man, I love Lewis.
I love Lewis too. But it's Baymax and the sidekick. Like Baymax actually does something.
Yeah.
Lewis actually gets them in more trouble.
Yeah.
Leads them in the wrong direction, trying to get away from Mama Odie, which is who they needed to get to. So it's Baymax. I think his whole role is to be. You can almost argue that yes, he's not the main character, but he's actually the only real hero in it too. So Baymax.
Yep.
Alrighty. This is, I forgot his name. This is Timon and Pumbaa, and it looks like they keep them together on this one, I think.
Yeah.
Timon and Pumbaa versus...
There may be a lethal duo right there.
Right. The robot from...
Meet the Robinsons.
Is that the one from Meet the Robinsons?
I think it's Meet the Robinsons.
From Meet the Robinsons. I can't think of his name, but I think it's obviously Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
You guys will see which robot it is. My brain kept going, it's from Robots. I'm like, oh, that's not good. But yeah, it's...
Which is a great movie. But
yeah, so it's going to be Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
let's be real. Oh, so we have Pua. This is hard because, we have Pua from Moana versus the dragonfly from The Rescuers.
This is a weird one.
This is a weird one, and I'm gonna be honest. I know my vote, but it doesn't help. I don't remember the Rescuers that much.
Either.
He was really helpful.
I was leaning Pua.
Pua was barely in Moana.
Yeah.
He was barely in. He was in Moana too, but he didn't do much either. So they both really don't deserve to be here.
No.
And next round, I think they're going against Timon and Pumbaa, so it's fine. But I'm gonna say Pua.
Yep.
Sure, why not? Ooh, this is tricky. So this is sneaky. They put them together. So we have seven dwarfs, all of them together, versus Sisu from Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm gonna let you start.
I don't know if it's fair to put 7 dwarves all together.
Okay.
I mean, I get Snow White. It's Snow White's movie, but I mean, I don't. What do the dwarves really do in the movie to be?
They take her in. They give her a place to stay.
Give her a place to stay.
They go looking for her when she goes missing.
They don't find her.
No,
Do
they find her. I think after the prince finds her. So yeah, but the argument in that movie is: does anyone in that movie do anything?
Yeah. What do you think?
To me, so Sisu, the whole movie was kind of about Sisu the whole time for Raya. It's Raya and the Last Dragon. So it's about Sisu. She's active the whole time, helping her on her journey. It's almost really more like Raya's helping Sisu on the journey to become, to find the rest of the family and stuff like that. But in my opinion, Sisu actually has an active role in what's going on with the team, where I don't know if. I mean, 7 dwarfs are there and they're present.
I mean, they have an active role. I just don't know if it's as prominent as.
I think by nostalgia, it goes more with the 7 dwarfs.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about who's a better sidekick, who do I want having my back?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Last Dragon.
I would agree. It's a dragon.
So I think we're going to go Sisu on this one. I don't know if that's going to go well with everybody.
Probably not.
If the people are
I
going to
don't
like
know
our
if
choice.
it went well in the last 2 drafts we did.
That's true.
Oh, man. This is a tough one.
This round, we have Sven from Frozen versus Laverne, Hector, and Hugo, which are the gargoyles. Is it Hector? No, it's Victor. Hector? Victor? I think it's Victor, because it's Victor and Hugo, which is the writer of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So it's the 3 gargoyles from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Did you know that?
I didn't know their names.
Yeah, their names. So Victor and Hugo are the 2 male ones, and that's the name of the author of the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, why Laverne's the other one? I don't know. Toe the line and cut the cheese.
This is tough.
This one's tough. This one's very tough to me because I think they are true sidekicks. The only defense, the negative defense, I think, towards Sven is, yes, he's a sidekick to Kristoff, but Kristoff is more of a sidekick to Elsa. I mean, to Anna.
Yeah.
So he's a sidekick to the sidekick.
He's still a sidekick.
He's still a sidekick. You could argue that Sven did more.
He did a lot.
But the opposite argument of that, which, this could get deep, is that the gargoyles did more, did some physically, but did more emotionally throughout the entire life of Quasimodo. I mean, the whole point is he were the only people that he actually, well, not even people, the only things he had to talk to. Even when he stopped believing in himself, they disappeared as gargoyles. So he was his sanity. They were everything to him.
Kind of keeping him afloat.
So,
and I think you have your answer right
I
there.
know what my answer is, but we all know, let's be honest, I'll call it out. I am always biased towards Hunchback.
A little Hunchback Homer. But I mean, Sven kind of helped him go through like the snow.
Yeah.
In Frozen 2, I don't think he really...
He had a song. He did
have a song.
Yeah. All of them.
All the reindeer.
Yep. Reindeers are better than people.
Yeah.
The first one. To me, it's the gargoyles. But people are not going to like that.
No.
Yeah. We're going to gargoyles.
There's going to be a lot of Frozen fans.
Yep. Sorry, peeps. This one is Raja, Jasmine's tiger from Aladdin, versus Lucifer from... That is Lucifer, right? Yeah, Lucifer from Cinderella. I was getting mistaken if that was
So are they just saying that he's like Lucifer is the sidekick to Lady Tremaine?
Lady Tremaine. I don't know why my brain was going. Is there another cat that's not the Siamese cat from Lady and the Tramp that I'm getting confused with? But yeah, that's Lucifer.
Right. Yeah. No,
Right?
I mean
So,
that's Lucifer, yeah.
Right? I was like,
because he has the same eyes as Lady Tremaine.
Yeah. Again, do either of them help anything? I mean, I think Raja's a better sidekick out of two, but they don't really do much to help anything in this.
Yeah,
movie.
I mean, Lucifer just chases the mice all around.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
it was a spoiled cat that was treated better than Cinderella.
Yeah. I think it's Raja.
I think it's Raja too.
So
yeah.
This is gonna be a.
So we have Pegasus from Hercules versus Zazu from Lion King.
I already know which way you're leaning.
I know, and I'm trying not to be that way.
I will fight for Zazu.
Okay,
and I know you'll fight for Pegasus.
Give me more.
So Zazu,
Banana Beak.
Okay. Yeah, So, are we just going off the movie Lion King? Or are we going off Lion King? Lion King 2? We going off Mufasa?
Because I think you take it all. I think you go. I think you do the same thing with Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 with them.
So I mean, he helps. Because wasn't he in Mufasa? Wasn't he Scar's first?
No, he was.
No, he was not.
Sarabi's.
He was
Sarabi's scout.
Yes.
That was supposed to make sure she was safe.
Yeah, and so he watches over them through that journey. Mm-hmm. Then he goes to Mufasa. Then he ends up being Simba's. Then he ends up being Kiara's. So, I mean, he's their guide in a sense and helps them along the way through however many years of movies that is. Mm-hmm. And Pegasus, he's just an animal. He's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he is obviously probably the stronger sidekick. Yep. Zazu talked his way out of some deadly situations a little bit.
Explain.
You know, he got caught.
It's a small world after all.
He got caught by the hyenas a little bit,
and got.
I mean, he was a prisoner.
Not the baby boiler.
I mean, I want to fight for Zazu, but it's probably Pegasus. He's probably the stronger one, I would think. Like the stronger sidekick in a sense.
I'm not saying this is a blowaway win for either of them. So
I don't think it's a blow.
It could go either way. To me, Pegasus is. He was born or created the day Hercules had his christening or whatever. It was the first day with the introduction of Hercules. So they've been friends from the beginning. Obviously, lost him when he was torn away from the family. He is his triumphant sidekick who's with him the entire time.
No, 100%.
Once he goes through his hero journey to help and protect him. So he does have the typical sidekick role. Zazu is more popular.
Definitely more popular.
He is. I don't know about definitely. Hold on now. Hold your britches. Zazu. Yes, he is a sidekick, but is he the best sidekick in his own movie? No.
Touche.
And there are all kinds of people, not even just Timon and Pumbaa, that could be categorized as sidekicks on that one. But we could talk about that in another moment. And I'm sure we may get to it here later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be fine either way, honestly, on this one.
It's probably Pegasus. I mean, I was just advocating for Zazu because he's a bird.
So I guess here's the conversation. When we go for this vote, are we going for who do we like more or who's a better sidekick?
I think all variables are being thrown into this. Because, I mean, I'm trying to think. The first one we did was villain. Mm-hmm. And we did best villain. I mean, best meaning like worst possible villain. And we had a lot of different factors that went into that. So I think we have to kind of do the same thing here.
If I had to pick who was my sidekick on this one, you're
picking Pegasus 100%. So
what do you want to do? Want to go Pegasus?
Yeah.
Okay. So people are going to be thinking I'm bullying you into all of these.
No.
All right, this is fun. This is interesting. We have Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, and we have Flick from Pocahontas.
So I lean Tinkerbell because she's a little bit more She has some magic with her.
I think it's Tinkerbell because she's more active.
Yeah.
Flick's more fun, but he's more mischievous. I don't know if he's a real helpful sidekick. He's just
who's more of the sidekick in that movie between
Miko.
Yeah, the raccoon.
Miko would be more, but because Miko and Flick end up fighting most of the time.
Yeah.
And they don't really help much either way. They're just fun and adorable.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little side thing within the movie.
Right.
So I would say Tinkerbell.
I would say Tinkerbell. We'll give it to Tink.
And speaking of,
we have rivals in the same movie. We have Percy the dog, who is Ratcliffe's dog, and then we have Miko from Pocahontas as well. Neither of them do much but cause trouble, and most of the time they're causing trouble with each other.
With each other, yeah. I don't know.
I think you like Miko better.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what you do because neither of them help really much in any way.
No, he just gets treated like a lot better.
Until Miko steals everything from him and eats all his doggy biscuits. Mm-hmm. We're going to go with Miko. Ooh, we have Tuk Tuk. Oh, see, this is how you get me back. We have Tuk Tuk from Raya and the Last Dragon versus Pain and Panic from Hercules.
See, Pain and Panic are just cooler.
They're so much fun. They're a lot of fun. Like, they're helpful. They're the ones like they probably help Hercules more than they help Hades.
Yeah.
Tuk Tuk's adorable, cute. He's newer. He's not as popular, but I think it's the same argument of Hercules. Of Tuk Tuk's actually helpful.
Yeah.
And like, yes, I like Hercules the movie more, and so you would think I would go Pain and Panic, but Tuk Tuk actually helps Raya on the whole journey and is actually there the entire time. For Pain and Panic, for Hades, they're there the whole time, but they ended up...
They're causing more destruction towards Hades.
Yeah, they ended up making Hercules win because of not getting anything done. Mm-hmm. If it's good. The whole time. So, sorry, Hercules' story. In my mind, it has to go Tuk Tuk. What about you?
I agree.
Don't let me just pick this up. All right. Ooh, we have... Jacques and Gus Gus from Cinderella. Mm-hmm. You like me remembering all these names, right?
Yeah, I could not remember these names.
And then Cricky from Mulan. Did you know his name was Cricky?
I thought it was Cricket.
No, his name's Cricky.
Cricky? Mm-hmm. I think it's Gus Gus and...
Yeah, it's Jacques and Gus Gus.
Yeah.
They actually were helpful. They're present. They get turned into the stagecoach or whatever for the actual part. They help her make the dress for Cinderella. Cinderella. Mm-hmm. And then Cricky's just the not lucky cricket that kind of is lucky, but he doesn't think he's lucky and tricks everybody.
Yeah.
I like Cricky, but it's Jacques and Gus Gus.
Gus Gus.
Funny story. My grandmother wanted my name to be Jacques.
Really?
Yes. Oh. Round one. This round, we have Baloo from The Jungle Book versus Bagheera from The Jungle Book.
I want your thoughts.
This is tough. Baloo's obviously the more fun one. He's more of my personality, probably. Bagheera is the sidekick Mowgli needed, the one that's there to protect him and show him the right way. But he doesn't care as much about what Mowgli wants. He's more of the paternal, maternal figure, the more parental figure Bagheera is. And Mowgli's more of the fun, drunk uncle that comes around that you want to be around, that's somewhat of a role model, but not necessarily always the best role model, but still make sure he has the best interest.
This is a tough one, man.
This one's tough. Do you go with...
Basically, do you want to pick the fun one, or do you want to pick like the strict one that'll take you down the right path?
Yeah.
It's kind of...
Both of them are going to protect Mowgli with their life no matter what.
Yeah.
Who's going to be more fun the way through, or who's going to be the one that's looking out for your best interests? Like, we were all mad at Bagheera for trying to send him back to the Man Land or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then Mowgli ended up choosing that later too.
I think I'm going to end up going Panther instead of Bear.
I think I still like Bear, but I'll take it with you. I take it.
Yeah.
Because I like Baloo. Because, like, he's still going to do what he needs to do to take care of him.
Yeah.
Even if it's not. He has some selfish moments in there, but you still want to have the fun with it. But the right answer could easily be Bagheera, but you also need a little fun. So
no, 100%. I mean, you need the bare necessities.
We'll go Bagheera. I think it makes sense because that's probably the right answer.
It's close.
Yeah, we'll go Bagheera. Y'all disagree?
They probably disagree.
Yeah,
that's probably.
I think we kind of disagree too, but like it's probably the right answer. We'll see. And next we have, what's his name? Is it Zero? We have the dog, ghost dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. I think it's Zero.
I think it's
his
Zero.
name. And then we have Pascal from Tangled.
Pascal really doesn't do much, does he?
Neither Zero. Mm-hmm. I like the theory that Zero is so Jack Skellington and Zero are actually the dead versions of the Grinch and Max the dog because they both end up with these fake noses and the skeletal creature costume. I've seen that one.
Who does Pascal beef with in the movie? Is it Flynn?
Flynn, because when they have him, she has him tied up. He sticks his tongue in his ear and stuff like that. But he goes back. Who's her support during the whole time when she was in the captive? It was Pascal.
Yeah. I mean, we can go Pascal.
I think it's Pascal. I think if you were if someone was a stand for Nightmare Before Christmas and just love that movie, they would think that one. But I would think it'd be more Pascal.
Yeah, I'd agree.
This is easy.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. This is Mushu from Mulan versus the little dog fluffy creature. You can see him right here from the Black Cauldron.
Mushu.
It's Mushu.
Yeah.
It's easy.
He's goated. Oof. Woof.
We have. Do you know their names? You better know their names. This is me just testing you. Or should I call you out? Should I not?
You could call me out.
You got this. Come on now.
No.
All right. You want to tell? Or you got it?
You can tell, and it's going to flick in my brain right when I see it.
We have Maximus from Tangled, and then, of course, we have
Sebastian.
Sebastian, who's on my shirt as well.
Maximus.
This is tough, though.
This is a tough one.
Because Sebastian was Triton's sidekick.
Yeah.
He was just following instructions from King Triton and following Ariel, and of course he helped out a little bit more. Maximus is actually the kingdom's horse looking for Flynn, not even looking for the princess at the time. Both of them end up being very helpful. This is tough. I just thought about this. I don't know actually who's a better.
And you all like Sebastian also I know you're a Sebastian fan, but he was also kind of trying to keep Ariel from living on land. Yeah. So I mean I know that's part of King Triton and
he says, "Go on, girl."
Yeah.
Yeah. He lets her. She's got legs, you idiot.
Maximus. Constantly beefs with Flynn.
But he's more helpful.
He's way more helpful in that sense.
So, and we go back to the conversation before, which is me just, I guess, kind of eating my own words.
If you're picking on, if you want a horse in your corner or you want a crab, it's a horse.
I was about to say, who do you want in your back? Who do you want to be the one that's helping you? And it's like, man, you want Maximus.
Yeah.
He ends up being basically the captain of the guard at the end of it. But it's Sebastian.
I know he's an OG.
Hey, Lego, give me a Sebastian set. Look, come on now. Look what I got. I need a Sebastian set, and you know who I really want. I've done told you. I will get to that later. But come on, Lego, step up. Give me the Disney sets I need. Not sponsored. We'll talk about that later.
I'm probably gonna lean Maximus.
I think it's Maximus, but that makes me kind of sad.
I know.
I think it is Maximus.
I think it's Maximus.
Sorry, Sebastian. The human world eats a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got up there. All right. That was unnecessary, but here we go. We have Ray from Princess and the Frog versus Baymax.
I think it's Baymax. And I know that probably hurts a little bit in your soul.
But yeah, I think it's Baymax. I love Ray. But yeah, I think it's Baymax.
It's Baymax.
I don't like it.
It is. I'm sorry.
It makes me sad. But Baymax, yeah, he's helpful. Porky time. We got Timon and Pumbaa versus Pua. It's Timon and Pumbaa, I think,
is.
Obviously. We knew that was going to happen when we got there.
Yeah.
Sisu from Raya and the Last Dragon versus
Gargoyles.
the Gargoyles from Hunchback. Victor, Hugo, and Laverne. Tell me what you think.
In our last argument, whenever we did Sven and the Gargoyles, the emotional aspect of it pulled on my heartstrings a little bit, and I like the Gargoyles a little bit more. But who do I want in my corner? If I'm in need, I'm probably taking the dragon. So I have a foot on both sides. So it kind of just depends on the connection I am wanting.
Yeah. For Quasi, he didn't need no help physically.
Correct.
He needed emotional help, which is what the Gargoyles provided. For Raya and the Last Dragon, that movie, Raya being Raya, the Last Dragon being Sisu, argument, is Sisu a sidekick? Moving on. Or main character, moving on. Did Raya need Sisu or did Sisu need Raya?
It's a very good question.
The answer is they both needed each other. I guess, honestly. Sisu's obviously the more powerful one.
You may be heartbroken here if both your Hercules picks get knocked out before round 2.
That's what happened in Songs, too, though. Songs destroyed me.
Yeah, but you got Frollo,
Moving on.
I'm probably going Dragon. I think that's probably the play.
It feels so weird for a newer movie to make it this far, but you can't be biased that way. But really? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, we'll go Ryan Last Dragon. We'll go Sisu. That's tough.
It's a tough one.
Raja versus Pegasus.
I think it's Pegasus.
It's Pegasus, in my
not
opinion.
Close.
Pegasus is actually an active helper. Mm-hmm. I think it's the same thing. We have Tinkerbell versus Miko. I think it's Tinkerbell.
Yep, I'd agree.
Tuk Tuk from Raya the Last Dragon versus Gus Gus and Jacques.
I'm taking Gus Gus and Jacques.
I would say Tuk Tuk. So let's talk this.
Okay. So
I think this is the same conversation of Sisu versus the Gargoyles in this conversation.
Do you think these are more emotional?
Uh-huh.
I disagree.
Because I think the fairy godmother does the work.
Yeah,
So
but they're still but they. So remind me, in this movie, don't they initially make the first dress?
They find the pieces to help her make
her
make the first dress.
They make the first dress. I know that's not the dress she ends up wearing.
Right, but
they make the dress. And if they weren't there in the first place, the fairy godmother has nobody to change into the horse and the carriage, correct?
You don't think there's no other mice?
I mean, there probably is. But
she made a pumpkin a carriage. You don't think she can find something else to turn into?
Touche, but I mean, still.
There's chickens in that yard.
In a sense. Still. They were still a big reason for Cinderella getting to that ball.
Okay. I'm about to mess you up right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
Tuk the whole movie turns into a ball so that she can travel around and get everywhere. He is her not only mode of transportation, friend, vehicle, everything, without needing a fairy godmother to turn them into the vacation to make it happen.
Yeah, but I feel like still throughout the movie of Cinderella, like we got a lot of Jacques and Gus Gus. I mean, even if it was helping clean or if it was putting the dress together, they were still a big role and a big sidekick for her.
So, this is me thinking, you get them in the very beginning, Cinderella song. You get them helping her make the dress. You get them sing sad when the dress gets destroyed again.
Feeding the chickens.
Feeding the chickens. Okay. Running away from Lucifer. Mm-hmm. Fairy godmother shows up. Turns him into the stagecoach or whatever. The stageman or whatever.
Yeah.
Gone.
What do you mean gone? Like they're not gone?
They're there.
They're just different.
They're different.
They're different.
Beings.
Yeah, that's not their fault.
She goes off to ball. The ball ends. They come back.
They take her back.
No, she walks back. Like she walks back when the pumpkin turns back. She goes back home. But like, what after that moment, after that spot of her turning back, what have they done? Post fairy godmother,
didn't they?
The true sidekick coming.
Remind me, how does Cinderella get out of the tower? The key.
Oh, I forgot about the key.
Yeah, because it didn't. I don't know if it was Jock or if it was Gus or if it was another mouse, but someone brought the key up there.
I think someone did.
Because they went into Lady Tremaine's pocket and
Okay, they stole the key to get her out of there. I guess I haven't watched Cinderella in a while. Okay, that's good defense. I forgot about that part completely. All right, they did help in that portion. Yeah, you're right. Okay,
that's my argument. That's all I got.
To me, what happens in the same argument to this one is you have another more powerful being that intervenes that becomes the better sidekick in the moment because Tuk Tuk was there before Sisu shows up. Mm-hmm. Jacques and Gus Gus are there before the fairy godmother shows up.
Yeah. I did my advocating for the mice. I'll let you pick.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I have a better argument. I forgot about the key moment. They came, so maybe Jacques and Gus are more. Gus and Jacques are more clutch than Tuk Tuk. All right, I think I'll take it. I'll give it.
Wow,
yeah.
I can't believe I swayed you.
This whole bracket, I'm not the bully no more. It's Garrett on this one.
Easy there.
All right, we got Bagheera versus Pascal.
I think it's Bagheera.
Okay.
I think
it's Bagheera too. It's not as fun, a little bit but it's probably Bagheera.
Just do a little bit more.
All right.
And I'd rather have a panther than a chameleon.
Man cub. All right.
I have an answer.
I have an answer too. We have Mushu from Mulan versus Maximus from Tangled. Mushu?
Yep.
Mushu. Yep. All right. We go Baymax versus Timon and Pumbaa.
Who are you taking? Are you taking Baymax?
No.
Timon and Pumbaa? That's what I was leaning. I just didn't know if you were trying to be different.
In my opinion, I think obviously Baymax is the stronger one. I think Timon and Pumbaa didn't care that they weren't the stronger ones.
No.
I think they put their life on the line to 100%. Be there. And obviously, contradictory. So did Baymax and actually died. Timon and Pumbaa survived, so they're better. No, but like what you need in that support, I think it has to go. To me, it's Timon and Pumbaa.
I think it's Timon and Pumbaa. I mean, they basically saved Simba's life.
Yeah. I mean, Baymax kept saving lives. But yeah. I don't think we could justify the reasoning fully, but yeah, I think it's Timon and Pumbaa. Sisu versus Pegasus. To me, this is pretty darn even. Not of who my favorite is, but like the logistically and trying to make sense of it. Mm-hmm. They carry that very similar role.
Yeah.
To me, obviously, I'd go Pegasus because I just like it more. I think that's what you're going to hit now is like, okay, who do you prefer? Sisu was there, but also needed help. Mm-hmm. Pegasus was just there to help Hercules. Pegasus is also dumb. He's a bird brain. Your thoughts?
I lean Pegasus, but I think it's just more of I prefer Pegasus. Mm-hmm. I don't really have like a rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
So I just lean Pegasus.
I think we're gonna go Pegasus on this one.
That's fine.
I can see the arguments there, so I get it. If you were to say you would have preferred Sisu, but yeah, we want to on this one. Pegasus it is. Tinkerbell versus Gus Gus and Jacques.
I'm going Gus Gus and Jacques. I didn't think I'd be advocating for mice from Cinderella.
You are fighting for these little rodents.
Yeah.
And I get your argument. The key is a strong argument. Tinkerbell warned him of the bomb.
Yeah.
When Hook planted the bomb.
She's also jealous all the time.
She is jealous. Almost said something that would have got me in a lot of trouble. She is jealous the entire time. Almost gets Wendy killed by the Lost Boys.
Because wasn't she was jealous of Wendy, but wasn't she jealous of the Indian girl too?
Tiger Lily? Not really.
Tiger Lily?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
or was
really.
Wendy more jealous of that one?
Yeah, Wendy was jealous.
Yeah.
Like, why was she getting attention, and why was she was also jealous of the mermaids?
Yeah.
Trying to get me in trouble. Nope, I didn't say it. I lean towards Tinkerbell, but also like
I mean, I can be swayed either way. I already made my advocate for the mice.
So here's what I'll say: Tinkerbell didn't. if Tinkerbell was right here, right now, and we called her a sidekick, she'd be beating us up.
Yes.
She don't want to be no sidekick.
But you also, like, I think you would rather want Tinkerbell in your corner rather than Jacques and Gus Gus.
But then there's also the argument, is Tinkerbell truly a sidekick? Because then she ended up getting her own movie series. And then it got to the point where she's not even considered, because in the beginning, Tinkerbell, I believe, was part of the princess lineup, which doesn't make sense fully. But she got so popular, Fairies became its own IP. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think she belongs as a sidekick anymore.
That's a good point.
Is she Peter Pan's sidekick? Yes, but I think you're Jock and Gus Gus. I
mean, I think
that's they're gonna lose next round, but yeah, it's fine.
I don't know who they have next round.
I don't know either, but I know they're gonna lose.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna lose next
round. So we have Bagheera versus Mushu.
I think it's Mushu.
I think it's Mushu.
Yeah.
It may contradict what we said earlier, but I think it's Mushu because is Mushu just a tiny version of Baloo?
Could be, but
what actual powers did Mushu have?
I mean, he does. I mean, but he. Are you fighting against Mushu?
I think it's Mushu too, but it's like, but we're contradicting on some moments. We've done it all day though, so
I'm going Mushu.
I'm going Mushu too. Timon and Pumbaa versus Pegasus.
I'm going Timon and Pumbaa.
Go ahead and hurt my feelings.
I'm going Timon and Pumbaa. Are you going Pegasus?
I want to, but I can't fully justify it. I would choose Pegasus if I got to go a Disney lineup of who choose your fighter.
Yeah,
I'm going Pegasus. But
I mean, if we did that too, I feel like you would. There's a lot of different. We would go a lot of different routes.
Absolutely.
So,
I think it's Timon and Pumbaa. I think it's Timon and Pumbaa. They are.
I think they're who you're looking for.
Yeah. They ain't gonna help you out of anything.
No.
Gus Gus and Jacques versus Mushu.
Mushu. I think this is where I can't justify Jacques and Gus Gus anymore.
And you know what's funny is if you really break down Mushu, lied his way to the role, didn't really help anything. But we love Mushu.
I think it's a little bit of an Eddie Murphy, just kind of like with him and Donkey.
He's a great character, but like Mushu really did not. There's even the line they purposely do it. And it's like, unlucky cricket.
Okay, so whenever the movie ends, doesn't he end up? So
he gets a seat at the end with the ancestors.
Yes. So I mean, but doesn't he become like a powerful dragon?
No, he just gets a seat. He gets the seat to sit with the rest of the ancestors.
See, I mean, that's stupid. He should have got.
Remember, he destroyed the great dragon.
Yeah, I remember.
But I think it's one of those like we choose Mushu, but it's like we know we're contradicting ourselves.
I've contradicted myself from the get-go.
We're going Mushu. Timon and Pumbaa versus Mushu.
That's to me, it's Timon and Pumbaa.
It's on your cow.
Which, I mean,
I'm not a lizard dragon. I don't get a tongue thing.
I mean, I think it's Timon and Pumbaa just based off what they did throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, they're the whole time, in support and not causing problems. So
no, I mean, they're willing to get eaten by hyenas in that little frame right there.
Let's go kick some honey buns. Yeah, all right, fine.
They're in the final. They're in the final.
It's a tough one. All right. We have on the next side, we moved up to the other half of the bracket. We have Rockford from Aristocats.
Yeah.
The one that sounds like Winnie the Pooh. Versus Timothy Q. Mouse. See, you didn't know that either.
No, I did not.
From Dumbo. The actual answer for me is neither.
Yeah.
So, you love Aristocats. That's what
I do. But he also doesn't do.
He was there. He doesn't.
He got drugged from drinking milk.
Yep.
I remember that scene like it's yesterday.
Does he put the sleeping medication that the cats are supposed to drink?
I can't remember if he helps towards the end whenever
he does. He wins.
Does he let all the animals out?
No, he goes into the junkyard to go find the alley cats to go tell them that they're all in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
He puts his life on the line.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Bringing it up.
Yep, there it is. And then Timothy Q. Mouse I don't like Dumbo. That's a whole nother conversation. But but he was Dumbo's sidekick. He was helpful for Dumbo. I'll give him that. But yeah. Mr. Smee from Peter Pan versus Turk and Tantor. Tantor?
That's a
Tantor?
Tantor.
Tantor?
That's a
From Tarzan. I think I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna pick the one you don't pick.
Are you picking Schmid?
No.
I was picking
Okay.
Tekken.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I
Shmee's
just,
good. He's there for.
I just like saying Schmid.
Shmee. Yes, Captain. Yeah, I think it's the two. I feel like I'm getting their name wrong. Ooh, you have John. What's his name? It's John.
I think it's Little John.
Little John. Yeah. Yeah.
Snap your fingers.
Little John and Thumper. From Bambi. So Little John, sorry, is from Bambi. Nope. Try that again. Little John is from Robin Hood.
Yes.
Bambi is from
Thumper is from.
Golly. Little John is from Robin Hood and Thumper is from Bambi.
There you go.
I think we're gonna disagree. Go for it.
I'm gonna go Little John.
I'm going Little John as well. He was there. He was his side. He was his main guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like we see a lot of Little John. I don't feel like we see a lot of Thumper. I mean, Thumper had baby rabbits.
I mean, they're like they grew up together.
Yeah, they grew up together.
And got a
He's a good friend.
Yeah, he's a button. When you're the best of friends. Different movie. Moving on. Lil Jon.
Man,
This is the carpet from Aladdin versus Le Fou from Beauty and the Beast.
it's the carpet.
I think it's the carpet. Le Fou's a good sidekick.
He's
to
a great
Gaston.
sidekick. Great.
He's a bumbling idiot.
It's just bad draw in the first round, getting the magic carpet from Aladdin.
Also aligning with the bad guy.
Touche. Touche.
I think it has to be the carpet.
Yeah.
Would it be interesting to find out what was the carpet's backstory? Moving on. Iago from Aladdin versus the hyenas.
This is interesting.
To me, this may be the closest, toughest matchup we've seen the entire time. Iago from Aladdin versus the hyenas. Can you tell me all three of the names of the hyenas from Lion King?
Ed. Mm-hmm. That's the dumb one on the right. Is it Bonzi?
Bonsai. Yeah.
Bonsai. And then I can't remember the third one.
Shenzi.
Shinzi, yeah.
Played
This
by
is a
Whoopi Goldberg.
This is a tough one because I'm a Lion King. I love Lion King. I feel like I mean everybody loves Lion King, but I don't know why I'm getting drawn back to Iago.
Yeah. I think it's because out of the two, they're both sidekicks to the villains.
Yeah.
Hyenas are barely a sidekick. They're kind of just serving their own good. But the hyenas couldn't get anything done. It's kind of like the same argument with Pain and Panic.
I mean, they led the stampede.
But they were trying to catch a wildebeest.
No, yes, but
Yeah.
but they weren't trying to catch the wildebeest.
They were allowed to go get it. So they were allowed to go get some food, and they
failed, and then they were sent to go kill Simba,
and they said we couldn't get him. So,
but I think they said they killed him, and they didn't. Right?
Something like that. If you ever come back, we'll kill you. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they couldn't get the job done.
And then Iago, on the other hand, is feeding Jafar a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, it's helping him the whole time.
Yeah.
So I think it's Iago.
I think it's Iago.
Patience, Iago. I think that's just one of the tricky things. It's just difficult with it, but like, yeah, got the job done. Well, not really, but he tried more than the hyenas did. So I don't even know if they have names. We have, is his name Tank? Tank from Bolt, the little hamster. I think it's Tank. And then we have the three creepy gremlin kids from Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't find the three kids helpful. Tank's annoying, but he's willing to do whatever needs to be done to help the cat.
And I like Bolt.
He's a fan of Bolt.
I like Bolt.
I don't like that movie.
No, I just like Bolt more than
Yeah,
the Nightmare
I need to
Before
watch
Christmas.
that movie again. I thought Bolt. It's on my lower list of the movies, but I think it's.
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying I like the movie. I like it more
His
than
name
this
is
one.
Tank, right? I think
I
so.
don't know.
We're gonna call him Tank today.
He looks like a tank.
Oh, I forgot the General Tobbs, Lieutenant Tobbs, the
Is that
cat
from 101 Dalmatians?
The cat from 101 Dalmatians. I think it's Lieutenant Tibbs or something like that versus Flounder.
I think it is Tibbs because I can just see the Tibbs. Yep.
I'm going to contradict just because I like it more. I'm gonna go Flounder because I like Flounder. Not very helpful.
I'm trying to think. Tibbs.
He doesn't get enough
Reports,
screen time.
but he reports back whenever he sees something, or he's reporting back.
And he reports to the horse.
Yes. But I mean, he's really not in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably gets 5 minutes of screen time,
If that.
10 minutes maybe max. So I go Flounder.
I go Flounder too. Yes, we're contradicting ourselves. We know. Lumiere versus Doug.
It's tough to say Doug's a sidekick. I like Doug. I mean, I know he is a sidekick. I know he is, but it's tough to say that with like.
To me, he's another character. I don't even know if he's a sidekick.
I don't even know who's the sidekick in that movie.
Like you could say Russell's the sidekick.
Yeah, so. I would. That's what I would agree with.
But you could also say that Doug is Russell's sidekick.
Yeah. Or Doug is Kevin's sidekick.
No, because they find Kevin.
I know.
Kevin just disappears. Kevin's a girl. It's Lumiere.
It's Lumiere.
It's just
Doug just goes through a lot of traumatic towards the end whenever the dogs turned on him.
You have next round is Diablo. You didn't know that name, did you?
Nope.
Diablo, Maleficent's Crow versus Kronk from Empress New Groove. We're going to agree on this answer. Do we have justification? No.
Nope.
But we're going to take it anyway. And it's obviously Diablo. And I'm just playing. It's Kronk. He's just fun. He got his own movie later. He gets to be the main guy.
Yeah. Ooh.
Get out of here. Don't even play with me.
Ooh.
Lego. Lego. I need this character. So we have Abu from Aladdin versus Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast.
It's a boo.
It's a boo.
It's a boo.
Oh, that's Blue's Clues. Sorry.
I just love Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is good.
Is that the pig from Charlotte's Web?
Not Charlotte's Web. No, I think this is also from the Black Cauldron.
It looks like Charlotte's Web.
It does look like it does look like Charlotte's Web. I think she's from the Black Cauldron. I could be wrong. Y'all yell at us later. But let's be honest.
Geez.
It's against Olaf
Yeah,
from Frozen.
Olaf's good.
It's obviously Olaf.
I can't believe I said Charlotte's Web.
We have what is his name? We have the inspector guy from
Rescuers?
No,
That's not Rescuers?
no, that's the Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, that's right.
This is the guy that actually
It
comes
looks
to
just
find
like
Basil.
Rescuers.
And then we have Jiminy Cricket. I do like Great Mouse Detective, but he's no Jiminy Cricket.
No.
Yeah. He's the sidekick of all sidekicks, almost. We'll see what happens. Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast versus Hey Hey. Hey Hey is probably the biggest comedic relief you could get in any Disney movie. Taylor's all this time. Like it's one of, if not the. How did that not win? I just thought about that. If not the most well-known Disney song.
There was a lot of Disney songs not in there because I went home and I was like,
was Beauty and the Beast not in that list?
No.
I'm gonna watch it back like, dang, we cheated on that one. Beauty and the Beast.
It's tough to say because I mean, in Beauty and the Beast, there's so many sidekicks.
There's so many characters.
So many characters.
To me,
We've already had 2 on there.
right? You got 2 at this.
We had 3 on there.
And you got Mrs. Potts and Chip.
Yeah.
In this one, I think it has to be Mrs. Potts and Chips.
I do agree.
Mrs. Potts and Chips.
Even though I do
Mrs.
like
Potts
that chicken
and Chip. Yeah, we like Hey Hey, but Hey Hey does nothing.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. Mrs. Potts not only takes care of everybody, but also
She's kind of the mom.
She even fights at the end.
Yeah.
Weesh. I'm sure this is tough. No. We have the genie from Aladdin. Hard to say he's a sidekick. Moving on. Versus Flotsam and Jetsam.
It's the genie.
It's absolutely genie. Lego. Give me a genie lamp. I need a genie set.
Name? It's your name.
Genie's brother, right here. Give me a call. Let's make this happen.
Got it.
I need a genie set. I need a lamp, a big old lamp. So even if it's not the genie, I just need a big old lamp. I'll feature it front and center.
Just get the actual lamp, not even the Lego lamp.
I got a tiny little one. I need a big one. But like Lego, hit me up. Come on, man. Let's talk about this. We're going with the genie. Flotsam says, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not. It's the genie.
Yeah, you're not sorry.
Oh, this is a cute little picture. So we have. I forgot their names. I'm sorry. We have the 2 dogs from Lady and the Tramp the Scottish Terrier and the older Bloodhound versus Horace and Jasper. Go for it.
I'm sure.
I think you're going to upset the crowd, and I'm not going to disagree.
I'm going Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, I was going to go Horace and Jasper.
Were you really?
I think so.
I mean, I think I could go with the Lady and the Tramp just because they end up. God, is his name Scout in Lady and the Tramp? What's the main dog's name?
Tramp.
That's his name.
Scamp is the son.
Yeah.
Scamp's adventure.
They just end up saving Tramp, don't they? Whenever doesn't Tramp get captured? Or am I thinking of Lady and the Tramp 2? Whenever
I think you're thinking of Lady and the Tramp 2 because they were just kind of like the old fogies that were the old men that were there. They just kind of like helped out. Okay, Miss Lady.
Yeah,
they were just there to kind of be supportive old men. And
so I'm thinking of Lady and the Tramp 2. I don't know why I'm thinking of Lady and the Tramp 2 over Lady and the Tramp
they were
1.
good. I will say they were good. It goes back to like we talked about with the Gargoyles. They were the emotional support she needed.
But I mean, so if I'm thinking, so now I'm thinking of Jasper and Horace since I got that part wrong because I'm thinking of the wrong movie.
And I haven't watched it in a while, but like I haven't
watched it in a while either.
But also, Horace and Jasper were lazy.
Really,
they didn't care. They didn't want to do much. They were just doing what they had to. They just followed orders. They didn't really help anything.
They really didn't do anything. They didn't really help Cruella at all. I mean, they housed the dogs, but then the dogs got away.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with going with the two. I keep
dogs.
wanting to call him Jacques, and it's not Jacques either.
I think it is Jacques.
Is it?
I'm gonna look it up. So Jacques and then Trusty.
Trusty, that's right. All right, so in this next round, we have, oh my gosh, what is his name? He's the owl from Sword and Stone. Merlin's owl. I'll think about it. It's going to come to me. Versus Scuttle from Little Mermaid. This is interesting.
What are you thinking?
The owl, what is his name? Archimedes. So you're like, where did that name come from? Archimedes helped him learn how to fly. Have you seen Sword and Stone?
It's been a while.
I got this vibe that you were like, I don't know what this is.
It's been a while.
I love the Sword and Stone.
I need to rewatch
It's such a fun one. It's also one we don't get a lot of, especially they didn't have a lot of male leading Disney ones. So half the time he doesn't want anything to do with helping the Wart do anything. But he helps him learn how to fly and those kind of things. He's not extremely helpful. He kind of really doesn't want to be there at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you have Scuttle, who has
He's just a goofy goober.
everything wrong,
Yeah.
but he's fun.
I'd probably go the owl after getting my memory refreshed, even though Scuttle's probably just like the fancy,
Scuttle's the more fun answer.
He's the more fun answer, and he's probably the more well-known answer.
Is the more well-known answer, and this is one of those where you go with, like, do you just go with who you'd rather be around? Because I'd much rather be more around Scuttle than Archimedes. Archimedes helped him that one time, but really didn't care about him the rest of the way through, really.
Yeah.
This is kind of a toss-up.
I'll let you decide. Whichever way you lean.
We'll go Scuttle. I think Scuttle's just more fun,
Okay.
and it's fine. Sometimes you just need a little fun in your life, and that's fine. Yeah, we'll go Scuttle. Snarfblatt. We have Rookford versus Turk and Tantor. Mm-hmm. You going Turk and Tantor?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine with me. Zabada. Little John from Robin Hood versus the Carpet from Aladdin.
I'm going Carpet.
I'm going Carpet as well.
It's going to be a good matchup next round.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, it won't. Get out of here. Don't play with me. Iago versus Tank.
Going Iago.
Iago, yeah. Flounder versus Lumiere.
I'm going Lumiere.
Lumiere? Yeah. I'm going... Yeah, I go Lumiere. It is. I don't know why I hesitated. We have Kronk versus Abu.
I think it's Abu. And I hate saying that, but I think it is Abu.
I think it's Abu. He's more of a sidekick. Kronk seems like... If this is award season, your sidekick is your best supporting actor or actress. Kronk is more like featured actor. He's not really.
Yeah.
He's not like you have your best actor, supporting actor, feature actor. Like, he's there. Like give him name credits, but he ain't number 2.
He's a good number 2 to Yzma.
Yeah.
But it's a boo.
It's a boo.
I don't think it's particularly close. I just hate it. I like him.
Ooh, this could have a lot of conversation. I think this is tighter than you think.
All right, let's have a conversation.
This is Olaf from Frozen versus Jiminy Cricket.
Are you leaning Jiminy Cricket?
I sadly think I am.
Really? Give me your argument.
So we love Olaf. Olaf is fun. Olaf is great, but Jiminy Cricket is When You Wish Upon a Star. Mm-hmm. He is quite possibly he is the conscious. And if your consciousness is not your sidekick in your own mind.
So he might as well just win the whole dang thing.
And that's when I saw him pop up, I was like, oh, that's going to be tough. How do you argue against your conscience? He's there. He's given, the Blue Fairy says, this is your job to do it. And he does everything he can. He stays with them through the most, that's how I get you. He's there with them to try to help him through all the times when he's on the Donkey Island or Pleasure Island or whatever, that kind of stuff. When he gets lost and separated from him. This could go either way. I just had to say that it's closer than people think. No, it's
definitely close.
I think if you would go, Olaf is the sidekick, but Jiminy Cricket. Here's my argument.
Could you argue? I don't know if you could. I don't think you could. But you could argue Jiminy Cricket could be a main character.
He could. And he honestly, he may be more popular than Pinocchio.
Yeah.
He's like, if you go to the story, like Jiminy Cricket gets used more than Pinocchio does and everything.
Yeah.
Like I remember they used to have the storybook reading times and they have like the sing-alongs. Jiminy Cricket pops up as the narrator many times. Such in some Christmas specials and stuff like that. Pinocchio ain't around. Now, popularity, more fun. It's definitely Olaf.
Yeah.
So I could easily go with Olaf, and I would not be upset. But I could be on. But I just had to let it be known that Jiminy Cricket deserves some attention. But I think it probably is Olaf.
I mean, you made a good argument.
I know I'm good at that, but it's probably Olaf.
I mean, it's hard to bet against Olaf, but I mean, whenever you throw your conscience in there, I mean, it's a good fight.
I think it's Olaf. But
I
just think Jiminy Cricket.
But I think you made that way closer than what it was whenever we first started.
You thought it was a shoe away, and I was like, hold on, pump your brakes.
I mean, I thought it was like, a shoe away.
That's a shoe off. I don't know what I'm saying. It's Olaf.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. So right now we have Mrs. Potts and Chip versus the genie.
It's the genie.
It's the genie. Even when he loses his power. Oh, you hesitated.
No, I was going to say it's the genie and it's not close.
Okay.
No hesitation.
Trusty and Jacques from Lady and Tramp, we figured out their names, versus Scuttle. I'm going to say something that doesn't get... It's helpful, but it's not... Trusty and Jacques are just boring.
They're really... I mean,
they're just there.
Yeah.
You remember them going, oh, Miss Lady. Trusty just says that. And then Jacques and Lady? and there's nothing really they do. You just remember them saying their names and stuff like that. And it looks like you got your own dog tag or something like that.
It's probably Scuttle. I mean, he's going to get bounced next round, sadly.
It's just one of those things. I think it just has to be Scuttle. Like, we have no defense. He does not help at all.
No.
But Turk and Tantor, Tarzan versus the carpet.
I really want to pick Turk and Tantor, but it's the carpet.
I think it's the carpet.
It's the carpet. I mean, I get an elephant and I get a gorilla in my corner, and they stand no chance against a magic carpet. I just have to get on the magic carpet and I fly away.
Here you go. And I tell you this. You have more emotional attachment. Maybe not you, but in general, as a character, you get more emotional attachment from a carpet that does not speak.
I know. It's ridiculous.
He says no words and he still has the most emotional attachment.
I know.
So I'm going carpet.
I would go carpet, sadly. I don't know if it's sadly. I just like Tarzan a lot, but...
I have conversation. We'll talk about that. I think we'll end up doing best movie, and I think we're going to fight a lot on that one.
We will.
Iago versus Lumiere. I feel like I keep saying Lumiere's name wrong, but it's not. Lumiere versus Iago.
I think this is close, personally. I lean Lumiere, but I could be swayed to Iago. I think what Iago does in his movie is underrated. But Lumiere kind of
I'm so ticked off, I'm molting.
He keeps the Beast in good spirits, in my opinion, and he helps Belle, and he helps that last scene whenever they all fight. So I think it's Lumiere, but Iago, I think he had a good run.
I think it's Lumiere. Iago's good for Jafar, but like not really much. We have Abu from Aladdin versus Olaf. Go for it. Tell me what you got.
I think it's Olaf.
Okay.
Abu was almost the reason that Aladdin didn't get out of the Cave of Wonders.
Okay.
Because he touched one of the pieces of gold.
The forbidden gem.
So but he's Aladdin's guy whenever they're robbing people in the marketplace. I just think Olaf does a lot more for all the characters in Frozen than Abu does in Aladdin.
Okay. Olaf has to be saved every single movie.
Yes.
To me, this is where I'll contradict myself because I think it's Abu, but I understand this one. It's my same argument as the gargoyles earlier. I'm never letting it go. Get rid of my gargoyles. Olaf is the emotional support that the characters needed the whole time through. Olaf was in Frozen 2 when Anna was by herself, when she was worried about Elsa. He was there for her until he melted away, and that basically destroyed everybody.
But he melted away because...
No, this is in defense of Olaf. I'm agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a defense moment for Olaf. This is not me saying...
Okay.
No. He melted away being there for her and because Elsa was gone and warned her and said, something's wrong with Elsa.
Yeah.
I'm dying, basically. And you broke down. And first we were already like, dang, Elsa's gone. Something's going to happen. We'll be okay. And then when Olaf was gone, we're like,
uh-oh.
We lost Olaf too.
Yeah.
Poor Anna. We felt like the, what's the guard, Lieutenant Matthias. Oh, poor Anna. when Olaf's telling the story. And here's the flip. You got to go through this. When Olaf recaps the story of Frozen 1 to the general and everybody else,
that
you're
scene
like,
is good. Have you seen his short films?
Yes, I watched them all. He
awesome.
redoes them all. Obviously, Josh Gad is killing it.
Yeah.
He just did. So that's why Olaf, I get it.
So you laid it out for Olaf.
Yeah.
Lay it out for Abu.
I mean, I think it's the same. It's the other argument of like Abu's just, I have that just attachment to Abu. He's there the whole time for him. He saves him out of the, he saves him. He gets the lamp from Jafar, and we didn't know that when they fall down in there.
That's a good point.
When Aladdin gets locked away before that moment, it's Abu who comes out there to get him. He's helping them the whole way through living life by them. So when it's just the two of them, he becomes the elephant. He doesn't want to. He's mistreated by Aladdin. He still comes back later in all those moments. But the strong defense in the true moment is just because he is... There's so much of a life to Olaf. The answer is probably Olaf.
Man, that was a good fight for Abu.
It was, but it's probably Olaf.
It probably is.
I lost my gargoyles. I'm losing my Olaf.
You're gonna end up having...
Y'all still, Lego have not given me a lamp, a genie lamp. And actually, is there an Olaf? Lego, get Lego and Disney. Y'all need to talk. Holla at me. Come on, let's talk about this. We got to figure out some sets because this don't make no sense, y'all. Olaf moves on. Don't play.
Yep, I'm not playing.
It is Genie from Aladdin versus Scuttle from Little Mermaid.
It's the genie.
The answer is the Genie. Whew, this is tricky. Actually, it's probably not, and he just likes to make me mad. It is the carpet from Aladdin versus Lumiere.
I think it goes into the...
It's Lumiere.
You think it's Lumiere?
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I was expecting you to say it was the carpet.
I want to defend the carpet the whole time, and I love the carpet, but it's probably Lumiere. Lumiere has more of a support role in helping so many people.
I mean, the carpet isn't the main sidekick in his own movie.
It is not, and it also is really sad. You know who was the main sidekick? Who we just kicked out? Abu. Moving on. Actually, it's Genie, but moving on.
Yeah.
Is Genie a sidekick? I don't know. We're supposed to get a Genie's movie. Moving on. Yeah, Lumiere is just... Honestly, Lumiere's just that guy.
He really is. He's him.
Yeah.
As the kids say nowadays.
He's the main candle. Yeah, I think it has to go Lumiere. Try me. Go ahead and fight it. Argue it. Okay, we have Olaf versus the genie.
I think it's the genie.
I know it's the genie.
Yeah, I think it's the genie, and I don't like. I mean, Olaf's fan favorite. The genie just does. I mean, he's obviously a genie. He can grant you basically almost any
Phenomenal cosmic powers.
almost any wish that you want, besides a few of them. But I think it's the genie.
Okay. I'm obviously y'all.
Yeah,
I'm going genie.
Yep.
The argument I would say that you could make that it's not the genie is that is Genie really a sidekick? Genie, the whole point of this whole movie, to defeat the villain, you had to make him a genie because it was the phenomenal cosmic power, and you had to trap Jafar in to stop him when he got that much power. He's that powerful. Can you call him a sidekick? That's the only argument I think you could have against the genie.
yeah, but I still think
It's the genie. Sorry, Olaf. And your warm hugs. Genie versus Lumiere.
It's the genie.
I think it's a genie as well. Am I biased? Never. The channel's only called Genie's brother, but
I mean, I don't know.
you're just looking at the next round. And
No,
that's what you're trying to-
Lumiere is just like he's just more of a guy's guy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's
Good or
going to be
bad.
there for you through thick and through thin, and I think he's someone you definitely want in your corner, but I don't think he can beat a genie.
No.
So I think it's the genie.
Even with their only 3 wishes.
Yeah.
Genie was still there post 3 wishes in the other movies.
That is true.
Genie.
Genie.
In the final round, Timon and Pumbaa versus the genie.
All right, I'm gonna put my big boy pants on.
Do you think?
I'm gonna fight for Timon and Pumbaa.
Go ahead.
So I want your why you wouldn't say it's Timon and Pumbaa. Don't say it because it's the genie. I want you to have factual evidence.
Timon and Pumbaa are great. They are sidekicks. They're present. They are friends to Simba when the time he is needed. They basically raised Simba.
Yes.
Funny moments there. Lion King 1.5. They got their own movie.
Yeah.
That's the
I said
it was
fight
great.
against him, not for him.
I'm just showing my not being biased
Yeah.
in this moment.
Yeah.
So they were there. The moments that we talk about, they put their life on the line, were not truly helping Simba.
Which part? Like what? Explain.
So when they put their life on the line, and when they
When
did
they were doing the hula?
when they got stuck and they came into the cave, they saved Zazu.
Yeah.
Nothing they did saved Simba.
No, but they saved Simba whenever he was a little boy.
Yeah, they saved
when he was a cub.
Well,
No,
yes,
they did. They picked him up in the
But
desert.
what was happening? How did he save them?
How did he save them? Mm-hmm. They were in the desert
How was Simba in trouble?
because he was running away from the hyenas, right?
Keep trying. What was the threat? See, this time we get you. What was the threat that Simba was going through at that time when they saved him?
The threat.
What part of Simba's life was in danger? How was he in danger when Timon and Pumbaa saved him?
He was going to die from starvation. He was going to die from not getting water. He was going to die from not getting food.
He lay down and was asleep.
Yeah, but he could have died.
He
And they picked him up.
He could have got up and found some water. He was
But he
tired.
didn't. But he didn't.
We don't know because they got there in time. They got there.
But
We don't-
they saved him and they took him to their home.
they moved him away and got him away. But the only reason
and that's where he grew up.
the thought we have of why he was in danger is because there were buzzards flying around. So everyone was like, "Oh, there's something dead." Even that's why they went over there. He wasn't dead.
No, but they were still the reason that Simba grew up to being the guy that he is.
We don't know that Simba couldn't have stood up after he was like,
He couldn't have. He was a cub.
He was a cub, but doesn't mean he couldn't stand up. He was not dead. They just like
It
nudged
was
him.
where was he where's this Africa? I'm assuming the Sahara Desert, maybe.
Guess what? There's all kinds of lions in Sahara Desert that live. Male lions live by themselves. Now, when they get older, I'll give you that. He would have got up. He could have found some water. We don't know that he would have died.
I
in that
agree.
moment.
I understand that argument.
I'm just saying. So yes, they were there. They support him. They helped raise him or whatever. We ain't gonna talk about real lions because you really think a real lion's gonna be a vegetarian and raised by a
I agree. I agree.
So they were there and supportive, but when it got to like the time to fight, they were there. They were willing to fight. They fought off a couple hyenas. Good for them.
Which as a meerkat and as a pig.
Yeah, well, warthogs are vicious. Let's be honest.
That's touche.
Most hyenas ain't gonna mess with a warthog. Moving up, meerkat dead.
Yeah.
Simba, he had it. He was fine. Simba had the defense. He had the lionesses. By that time, when it was time to really fight with Scar and everybody else, he had the lionesses in his side. He had everybody there. If anything, Timon and Pumbaa gave him bad advice.
I'm honestly shocked. Rafiki wasn't in there.
That's the big thing. The big sidekick we're missing is Rafiki.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked he wasn't in the bracket.
So that's what I would say.
That's a good argument.
They're both of these, all three of these characters. The main character feels like they're their brother.
Yeah.
Genie just does more for everyone in this entire story.
He does.
He's more present. He's just there. We could go around in circles, in my opinion, with Timon and Pumbaa. Like, great, they're cool, they're fun. There's some great comedic relief, and so is Genie.
I think Genie's one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, you go Robin Williams versus Josh Gad when he was Olaf. I mean, it's Olaf, but like you have Ernie Seville and Nathan Lane, actors, great performers. I think it's Ernie Seville. I think it's his name. I just don't know what beats the Genie as a sidekick.
I mean, I don't either. I was trying to fight for him.
You tried.
I tried. I failed, but
just saying.
I think the Genie is probably like the answer.
Y'all know what it is.
That's the answer.
So. I gave up Friend Like Me in the songs.
Was that in there?
I think it was.
I don't think Friend Like Me was in there.
I think it was.
And there was no Un Poco Loco. I like Un Poco Loco.
But. So that's that's it. That's all of it. For best Disney sidekick, we end up with
the Genie.
The Genie. As it should be, because he's the Genie. So y'all can tell me I'm biased. Let me know if you think I'm biased. I don't believe you if I am. But that's how we're going to end it today. We appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. Check out what we got coming up next. I think next week we will be doing... y'all going to be mad at me. Best Disney princesses. And I'm going to fight for one of them. She won't win. That does not get the attention she deserves as a Disney princess.
I'll be anxious to see that fight.
We'll see y'all next time. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow, all those things I never say right because I'm bad at this whole YouTube thing. I'll see y'all later.
Deuces.